What it is, y'all? It is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you with more Danmachi. And today, I want to talk to you guys about new units very specifically. And when I mean new units, I mean units that you've never had before. And when I say that, let me be a lot more specific. I'm talking about this banner in a roundabout way. Now, every single unit on this banner is a unit we've never had in the game before. It's very specific just to the current tale that we've gotten. Now, you might say, why is that so important? Well, if you haven't been following along, that gives you more CP rewards. If you go over here to the character list, okay? Every time you acquire a new character, it adds to the CP list. Now, you'll notice that I've got everybody but one. I actually don't have Kali yet. But if I go down here, I actually have Argana and Bachi, whatever, however you pronounce her name. So, upgrading these units is going to give you so much free-to-play Iris. It's kind of insane. So, let's go ahead and talk about that real quick, because when I pulled these banners, the first thing I wanted to do is go in here, and I wanted to farm up some of the CP items that they require. And if you didn't watch the 101 video on CP, I'll just give you a brief overview here real quick. If we click here on the items themselves, let's say for the sake of argument, like right now I have Harihime highlighted. If I go to Argana, and I go to offer, she's going to like dungeon sandwiches. She's a little hard on dungeon sandwiches. That's what she's going to want, and that's going to give her 100 CP. What does this do? Well, if I go over here to CP rewards, at level 2 she gets at level 2 she gets 10 agility, then she gets 5 iris. Actually, I get 5 iris. Then level 4 she gets 8 dex, level 5 we get 5 more iris. So on and so forth. Basically what you're doing is you're upgrading these units. Now whenever we show you the stats on a unit, when we get, those numbers that I show you guys every week when we get brand new units, and here's what they do, blah 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 blah, these stack on top of that, okay? So literally she's getting 50 more HP than what you saw when we did the before you summon video. So all you're doing is you're basically reinforcing that unit, making that unit even better. You can upgrade units all the way to level 50, and I don't have any level 50s yet. To be honest, level 39 is kind of like the last one that's really worthwhile, because after level 39, it really just becomes like Iris awards and things like that. So you see these last few ones are like MP level 5, MP level 5, level 39, level 40 becomes Ascension Fold, 41 is Iris, 42 are Auxilia books, 43 is more Iris, etc. Now, the interesting thing about all of this is, as you would kind of expect, I mean, it's a typical level up situation. Each step on a higher CP level is going to cost more of those CP items. So those low levels pay out really, 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 really well. Let me kind of give you an idea here. So once again, we got Argana, and I have actually been using Argana in my event grind. So I've already got her up to level 9. So at level 9, we've already gotten 5, 10, 15 Iris, 20 Iris. So I'm about on the level of level 10. At level 10, she's going to go up, and at level 11, she's going to give us another 5 Iris. Basically, this goes all the way up to level 15, or 14. Sorry, level 13 is 5 Iris. Then level 15, we get Hero Fallness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to take her up to level 16. Now, simply put, the easiest way to figure this out, Shizu's level 16, and he's right below. Let's go in here to the CP reward list. I'll tell you up there. Total CP is 6,000. So my sweet spot is going to be getting Argana up to 6,000 CP. So if I go to offer present, okay, I'm going to give her dungeon sandwiches, and I'm going to feed her up to this number right here. You see is going to be whatever number that is. So I'm going to feed her up to 6,000. That is going to be... That'd be good right there. I think that's still gonna take us over. So 22 dungeon sandwiches, and yeah, perfect. We're right at level CP. So we got 5, 10, 20 Iris just for that upgrade. Okay. Now, that's just the one upgrade. Also, bear in mind as you're upgrading these units, go in here to your guild and go to total rewards. And because one thing you want to do first things first is you want to get them up to level 60. So you get 10 hours for upgrading them to level 60. All the CP rewards I've gotten here are also giving me other CP rewards. So like rank up to 6-star, that gave me, and you really kind of do that when you rank up to level 60 anyway. But basically that's just giving them all the fauna to upgrade them, and then level 60 is upgrading them with your Auxilia books. So 5-star we got 10 iris, 6-star we got 10 iris, level 60 we got 10 more iris. That's 30 iris just for upgrading them in that capacity. We got 2 that we did that way, so we basically have something like 60 iris just for doing that right out of the gate. All right, see how this adds up real quickly. So now, what did we start with? I'd have to go back and look what we started with, but let's just say for the sake of argument we started with 1,200. I'm sure it was even less than that, but let's just say 1,200, okay? So all rewards, what are we up to now? Okay, so we got 60 iris there. We got 20 more iris, that's 80 iris. 100 iris, and we barely started, okay? 120 iris, so we're way up there. Way. I've almost got 200 iris now, just for doing this tiny little bit of upgrading. Look at that. I think there might have been some other upgrades in there, but we just got 230 iris just for doing that little bit. Actually, I think a little bit more than that because I think I was a little lower than 1,200, but I'm going to say it was about 1,200. It's just a nice roundabout way of doing that. And we've only upgraded 1 unit now. So if I go back down here, go to, sorry, not album, not hero ascension, character list. Go all the way down here to the bottom. Now, Argana's level 16. I'm going to take Bocce up to level 16 herself. Once again, she likes dungeon sandwiches. You know that because it's got that little heart above that. Now, there is a big one for dungeon sandwich, dungeon cake. Unfortunately, I don't have any dungeon cakes. I'll show you how to acquire these when we're done here. But let me go ahead and get her up to level 60. Sorry, 16. All right, she's going to take that many. So that probably isn't going to be sustainable for everything we want to do today. But follow me here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 iris. Okay? Let's see what we got over here. So I keep hitting the wrong button. Guild. Total. All right, so we didn't get anything new right here yet. And that's totally, like, could totally be a thing. Now, that is entirely dependent on what skills you have available here. Like it says, level 28 times 45. So basically, I have, 43. So if I ranked 2 more units up on Belle's side of 45, I'd get 10 more iris. Pretty straightforward. But, sorry, level 28, not 45 units of level 28. I need 2 more to get there. So there's a lot of rewards in here. You say, but wait, that said eyes earlier, and you're on eyes here. What about Belle? Well, check this out. If I go to Leafia, go down to the character list, go all the way to the bottom. I thought we upgraded them. Well, we did. We upgraded them on Eyes' side, not on Leafia and Belle's side. Remember, there's 3 units there that you get for the 3 different stories. So if we go here into the story mode, I know there's the Ryu story, but we don't have a Ryu yet. But for Belle, you have Belle's side. For Eyes, you have Eyes' side. And for Leafia, you have Leafia. So here in the mainland, you can do CP lists for Belle, for Eyes, and for Leafia. And yes, they do stack. Not only do you get iris rewards, but those big upgrades you do to those units, they stack. Every single one of those numbers you see are going to add on to every unit. In other words, what I mean by that, if I go here into the album, let's just grab Argo Bell. We all have Argo Bell at this point. And it really is just going to depend upon what you have him upgraded to. But we all pretty much have him maximum broken. So the numbers we saw at base were like this. Notice HP is 3601. That's a very clean, easy number to pay attention to. MP is at 259. And strength is at 1638. Okay? So 3601, 259, 63. I'm sorry, 1638. Wow. Numbers are hard. All right. let's go take a look at the difference here in my status board. All right. So I'm going to go down and I'm actually going to sort this by Bell units and by 4-star. And my Argo Bell, 3911. That's a lot higher. 1769, way higher, and MP is 324. All of those CP rewards have added up and just stacked and stacked and stacks on those results. So, like I said, Leafia, she gets her own update. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And if you want to see this in action, actually, let's go to the status board and let's go ahead and grab Argana, because we just did upgrade Argana. So, where she's at, she should be here towards the bottom, I would think. There she is. So, ooh, Argana's not fully upgraded. Let's fix that. Bam. I thought she was. That actually might give me some more rewards. That's weird. Anyway, so notice she's 1740 now, right? 1740 HP, 139 MP, and 774 strength. Now, that's only because I don't have her bonded or anything like that, and I am obviously going to work on her at some point, but 1740, 139, 774. Let's go back here into the character list and upgrade her one more time. Now, bear in mind, the rewards that we're going to get for her upgrades here aren't the craziest. We're really more looking at the iris than anything else, but I want to show you basically how this works. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade her. Let's take her up to what? Level 12. Let's take her up to level 12. In fact, I'm going to take her, let's see, 13 I think gives another iris reward. It does. So she needs, I can tell up there, she needs 275 to go up to the next level. So I'm going to just give her 2 more dungeon sandwiches. Okay. So now she's at level 13. Let's go back to the status board. Let's go ahead and grab her one more time. There she is. Bam. 1790, 149, 790. She did go up. And if you want proof that this does stack, this isn't just dependent on being whether you're on Leafia or Bell in the stats here. If I go over here to Bell's side, go to status board. Okay. Doesn't really matter if I press 4-star, but it's a force of habit. Argana. Same stats. All those stats we upgraded in both Eyes and Leafia's CPs have stacked onto her stats permanently. We'll go ahead and do that one more time. Go down here to character list. Argana. Dungeon sandwiches. I'm going to go ahead and get her up to, what was it? This is 3,400. Bam. CP level 13. Look at that. So now let's take a look at how much iris. We started with what? I believe 1,200. And let's see what we get here. Okay, so we didn't have any more of these rewards. So now I'm at 1,531. So I'm like 70 iris away from getting my next set of rewards. So let's see. Let's take a look at the guild. And let's see. Bell CP level 19. So I'd have to get them up to level 19 for them to really pay out any rewards. And that's 100 of those units. So I've kind of spent a little more CP, and it's at a state where it's not going to pay out to the same degree. But most of you guys watching this are actually to get way more iris because you're going to be filling these out like crazy. You probably have like, level 19 times. This is 95. So I actually just need one more at level 19, but I don't really have enough to justify that. So let's see. If I go back down here, go to character list, and let's go ahead and feed up. Let's feed up Bachi. Let's feed her up to level... yeah. Feed her up to level 13 as well. All right. So we got a few more iris. Bam. So now I am... yeah, I don't have anything there. I'm what? 40 iris shy now. 40 iris shy of 400. Basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see how quickly I can reamass my 400 iris that I spent on those units. Because I got both those units off a single summon. So technically, if you really stretch it, there's a good possibility, and I came in here with 115 of those CP items. If you really farm and really stretch it, after getting all 3, you could probably make back. If you spent, say, 1,200 iris on the banner, I spent a little bit more, but if you spend a certain amount of, on the banner, do your guaranteed, maybe do 1 or 2 more, and you get lucky and you get all 3 of them, you could easily make that iris back very easily. Now, once again, it depends on how deep you are into the game. Me being as deep as I am, having as many units as I've upgraded, obviously my rewards aren't quite as sweet here. But let's go down here to ICP level 24, 23, 24. So obviously I can work on eyes a little more. Leafia, CP level 19. So there's, some things we can do here to make some of this back. If you get lucky, you get some limit breaks. Each limit break basically gives you 10 iris plus. If you hit limit break limits, like case one here, I'm 137. I'm 1 away from getting another 10. So you got to pay attention to these guys. You could very easily, with a lot of smart playing, actually make back all the iris you spent on these banners. That's why I say when there's a new unit, case in point, when we get a lot of the anime units, a lot of the Xenos and units like that we've gotten, and then they give us 100 of the meat fruits or whatever to upgrade those units, they're basically giving you the iris to summon for them and then replenish. Like, if you play this really smart, you can go back in here and you replenish everything. Now, how do you get the CP items? Well, the number one way to get CP items as we're doing all these summons is obviously go in here, like we do at the beginning of every month, and sell any of your excess bonds. Then you go into the shop, you go to the Serious and Dupe exchange, and you can actually exchange your bonds for all these CP items. But as you can see, I am fresh out. So how did I farm them up if I'm fresh out? Well, very simple. Go into the event, and in the most recent event, I literally just farmed, as you can see over there, I just farmed this event and did the gacha tickets. That's it. That's all I did. Here in the gacha tickets, you got dungeon sandwiches, you got books of knowledge, you got single flowers, and they drop fairly frequently. Very frequently, in fact. So, use all of the tools at your disposal. Now, I will say, I did burn quite a few potato snacks. If you don't have potato snacks, just do it every single day. Set yourself a reminder 2-3 times a day when your stamina's restored. Just go through and grind. And plus, it's going to give you gnome tickets as you grind anyway, which are good for star bonds when we get time-limited units. But, yeah, just grind it out. As you can see here in the character list, I not only have my 100 dungeon sandwiches, I also have books of knowledge and single flowers. All those really were just given to us just in droves. So, take advantage. You can replenish your iris very easily, especially if you're new at the game. If you don't have a Haruhime unit, you go get, let's say you spend the 400 iris, you didn't get her on the freebie, but you spend the 400 iris to get her guaranteed unit here, you could probably replenish that really quick if you don't have any other Haruhimes. Now, me personally, I've got every Haruhime in the game, so obviously I'm not going to get the rewards for that. It's not going to be a new Haruhime, it's literally just going to be an item for me. When we get brand new units that we've never had in the game before, and the only 2 units at this point that I'm missing, personally, if I go back in here to the gacha, Kali, who I am actually going to get before she goes away. I'm going to get at least one of those Kalis, and I don't have a single Fells unit. That sounds crazy, but every single time Fells has been here, it has evaded me. It's deadly serious. Just completely evaded me. Let's see. I think Fells is usually an assist, but I think there's an adventurer one. Yeah. There's an adventurer Fells. Never acquired this unit. So if I go in here to my CP list, it'll say 109 of 111. That's because I'm missing Kali and Fells. I'm actually hoping we get a Fells for the anime units, because I would totally 100% grab that unit. But if I go back in here to the album and the assists, just to show you, I don't have the Fells unit in the assists either. I don't have either one. There's that one over there. I don't have either one of the Fells units. So, yeah. And that's also why I didn't summon on the new Uranos. As great as he is, I already have the unit, and I really don't... I didn't need him for my teams, so I just didn't summon for him. A lot of people probably don't have this one. If you grab that one before he goes away, once again, CP rewards. Now, obviously, you don't want to grab like everything right now and hope that you can replenish it that quickly. You're probably not going to pull enough CP items to replenish that many units right off the bat. You won't get your 6,000 Iris back. But if you spend wisely, you plan and budget accordingly, you can easily earn it back. If not immediately, definitely over time. So plan accordingly, guys. Play wisely. Get that Iris back. Spend it smartly, because smartly is a word now. It is a word, trust me. So I am smarty boy. So that is going to be the video, guys. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments section. A lot of people I don't think understand why I say when there's a new unit, 100% grab that unit, because the CP rewards are well worth whatever you spent on that unit, usually, for the most part. Now, when you get a banner with 3 brand new units, you do start making questions. You're not going to make back 4,000 Iris if you go 100% into it, but if you get really lucky and you pull those units early, it actually could pay off in the long run. So that's the video, guys. Like, comment, share. Catch you all in the next one.